In this day and age, you've got to be really careful whenever you're purchasing goods and services online, because the art of scamming, it's more prolific than ever. Pretty much every single day that I connect to the internet, I get messaged or approached by somebody that is just looking to scam me out of my money. Typically by making false promises about how much I can earn with a new crypto coin or trading method. And all I have to do for them to reveal their secrets is transfer them a couple of $1,000s. Now, whilst that type of scamming scenario might be obvious to you and I, scammers are becoming increasingly clever about the techniques and the strategies that they use to make false promises in exchange for you sending them a bit of money. Now, unfortunately, the type of people that just want to take your money and don't really care about what you get in return, they are everywhere. They're in the crypto world, they're in the foreign exchange and trading worlds, and they're in the Amazon FBA world. Scamming people when it comes to Amazon FBA has historically been done in the form of fake gurus, where the guru releases a training course despite the fact that they've never sold a single product on Amazon. They have no results or experience of selling anything online, and because of that, they don't have a clue of how to teach the topic that they're supposedly experts in. Over the past 5 years, I've seen plenty of these gurus with very limited experience. They start pushing courses onto unsuspecting victims, and they do that by showing fake screenshots, making false promises, or just straight up lying. Unfortunately, if one Amazon FBA scammer gets outed and then disappears with a boatload of money, another one soon pops up with an even more sophisticated way of scamming people. And the latest method being used is called Amazon automation. Amazon automation is a scheme where you hand over anything between $10,000 and $100,000, and in exchange, an Amazon FBA private label business is set up and supposedly run on your behalf. You don't need to do any work other than send over that initial investment, and then you wait for the profits to come rolling in. Sounds great, right? Well, in theory, yes, but the reality is that these Amazon automation schemes are by and large scams. And that's because in addition to that initial upfront setup fee that you're getting charged by the scammer, you also need to pay them a percentage of the revenue that you generate for each sale that you make. That's right, a percentage of your revenue, not profit. Because of this charging method, if the automated business is even set up in the first place, which sometimes it's not, the chances of people actually seeing any profit at all, it's minute. Because in addition to Amazon's fees and advertising costs, you've also got to pay your scammer fees, which come from sales proceeds and not profits. And because of that, many people invested in these automation scams, they found themselves owning businesses that are heavily indebted to the people running them, rather than them being the cash cows that their scammers profess them to be. Most people, after doing a bit of research online, they quickly realize that these Amazon FBA automation businesses are complete scams, and they understand that if you want a profitable private label business, you need to put the work in. Amazon FBA is not a get-rich-quick scheme. But with that said, there is a small proportion of people that unfortunately either don't do the research, or they're just so blinded by the promises of earning huge sums of money for doing very little that they ignore everything that they read online. Now, one of the biggest Amazon automation companies that made a ton of money was owned by Amazon FBA guru Kevin David and his partner David Arnett. If you've been interested in Amazon FBA over the past year, you will undoubtedly have seen one of their adverts on YouTube, which leads to a webinar of them claiming that in exchange for a small fee, they can set up an Amazon FBA business on your behalf and then guarantee you huge stacks of cash. But surprise, surprise, this just simply wasn't true. And it resulted in tons of people losing their initial investments and even more. In fact, so many people were scammed that they reported what happened to the regulator in the hope that they'd get some of their money back. Well, their wishes did come true, because in November, the US's Federal Trade Commission, which is similar to the UK's trading standards, they took action against DK Automation and its owners, Kevin David and David Arnott. And they did that for using unfounded claims of big returns in order to entice people into investing in their Amazon automation scheme. And instead of just focusing on Amazon automation, these guys were also scamming people out of their money when it came to cryptocurrency trading bots. Now, the pair were promising people that they were able to generate passive incomes on autopilot, when the truth was very few customers made a profit at all. And to make matters even worse, the FTC found that consumers had been misled by the Amazon automation company's fake reviews on Trustpilot, which had all been posted en masse in order to hide all of the negative reviews. In addition to that, there's even more. The pair were running a cryptocurrency trading bot company that promised to make profits on autopilot. In total, the FTC estimated in their report that over the past 15 months, people have lost a total of $575 million to cryptocurrency investment scams alone. So they weren't looking at these guys favorably at all. Now, as punishment for running these two scams and for ignoring multiple penalty notices and warnings that the FTC had sent previously, Kevin David and David Arnott were fined nearly $53 million. And that amount was actually partially suspended to $2.6 million due to their apparent inability to pay. Considering that these two drive around in Lambos and have $1 million apartments, I'm a little unsure of that. Pleasingly though, the Amazon automation website that these two guys operate has now shut down, but there are still tons more of them out there, all making the same fake promises. So my advice to you guys is, if you want to have your own Amazon FBA business, realize that you need to learn how to do it, put in the work up front, and you need to learn from somebody that's trustworthy with a track record in this area. Whoever you choose to learn from, do your diligence on them, ensure that they actually sell, that they show their results, and that they know what they're talking about. And if any of their promises sound far too good to be true, e.g. by promising you six-figure sums whilst you do apparently nothing, then apply a bit of skepticism and tread carefully. And above all, don't do Amazon automation schemes, because 99 times out of 100, they don't work and they'll end up creating a business that requires you to keep throwing money into a bottomless pit. Hope that you guys enjoyed seeing some scammers get their comeuppance. Remember to smash that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.